You know how it is on Monday morning. We take a look at some updates in the tech world and social media. Today is our social media update day because we're looking at the three major social media platforms. But then World War III has been trending on Twitter, and Black Twitter has been joking about the possibility of that. Now, you can recall that Trump ordered a U.S. military airstrike on Thursday that killed the leader of Iran's elite Quds force, General Qasem Soleimani, in an airstrike near Baghdad's airport. Now, with the threat of a possible world war looming over us in classic fashion, Twitter didn't panic. Instead, users rose to the occasion with a wave of hilarious tweets. Now, a lot of them are quite offensive. I could not put them, of course, Twitter. That what you see there is a security update from Jack Dorsey, who mentioned about safeguarding Twitter. But then, guys, what do you think? You've seen a lot of tweets. I mean, there's been the joke of a possibility of a world war, and a number of people didn't take it too lightly. But then, people around the world found a way to joke about it. Is it being insensitive?
Joe, you know, this thing is a bit is a testy thing, and we might start going into arguments and counter arguments. But I think people have coping mechanisms, especially on social media. Yeah. So once you hear something like World War III, it's very scary for some people. So the best way that you can cope with that kind of news is just to joke about it. Even in the Middle East, in the US, people are joking about it, and I think it's just a coping mechanism for many people. Well,
I'm not quite sure if it's seen as a joke in the Middle East. Many folks that I've seen tweets, especially on social media from the Middle East, it's been like, you would actually think the war is on Twitter, the tweets that are emanating from them. So I know for those who are not directly affected, it's a joke. So there are a lot of wisecracks going on social media, but for those who are directly affected,
no, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not, if it's World War III, everybody's going to be affected.
Everybody.
If you remember World War II, eventually it came to Africa, and even Nigerian soldiers fought in World War II. So at the end of the day, it's going to affect everyone. But I still feel most of what you're seeing right now on social media is just people trying to cope and finding, I don't know, a silver lining.
Silver lining, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and then moving on from Twitter to Facebook, a recent leak has just left 267 million Facebook users' data exposed. Now, while Facebook was busy making its own OS, millions of the companies... Millions, of course, now while they've been making their own operating system, which you can see there, now millions of users' data has been leaked. Now, thanks to one of the largest data leaks in the company's history. Now, cybersecurity firm Comparitech and researcher Bob Diachenko say they found a database containing the Facebook IDs, phone numbers, and names of 267 million users on the web. The database, they claim, was entirely exposed on the internet and did not require a password or any other form of authentication to access. They posit that the origins of the database probably lie in Facebook API abuse by criminals in Vietnam or an illegal data scraping operation. Now, while Diachenko immediately notified the ISP hosting the data, he warns that it was available for 2 weeks before it was removed. It was also available as a download on a hacker forum. So, I don't know, guys, I don't know if you have heard about when people talk about building your house on someone else's land, you know. So when you go on Facebook and all your business is all about Facebook, maybe you don't have a website and all of that. As much as there's two-factor authentication, there is still a possibility of your data being leaked.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
There is. All right. Okay. All right, we'll talk more about that later on, but then, hey, come on, let's take this break. There's still a lot more coming on the show. You don't want to miss any part of it. Don't go nowhere.